Good morning, guys. I'm WUSA, Season 4, Episode 160. It is Thursday, and it's also the first day of my vacation from work, so I don't have to worry about meetings, I don't have to worry about phone calls, emails, none of that stuff. Everything is cool. I am on call this week. I do have someone covering my day today, and then, of course, tomorrow's a holiday, and if anything happens over the weekend, after 5 minutes, it will page someone else. So, not too worried about that. Everyone's aware that I'm out of town, so shouldn't have any problems there. Yesterday, excellent day, really good day. One particular session was really good, where I made that 1500. And that spread was actually my smallest spread of the day. Well, I guess not. I guess that was one of the bigger ones, but that session just went pretty well. I mean, I can't say that I didn't have any turbulence. I was down as much as 17 or 1800 at one point, but when it counted, everything went really well and made the money that we wanted to make and got out of there. I've been, obviously, you know me, I've been reflecting on that back off yesterday, and my conclusion is this. Has nothing to do with their sister property, most likely, although I may be backed off their sister property next time I go there now, because those two communicate with each other because they're so close to each other. But again, the sister property doesn't know my name because I never use my card there. So they may or may not. I don't know. If they scan my ID, I might be cooked at the sister property, which they do that sometimes. So I'll avoid that. But also, today we're going a whole different direction. We'll be as much as 6 or 7, no, probably even more than that. Probably 7 or 8 hours away from that location. So, whole different region of the country. I don't think they would have flyered me there. And they do have a casino in that area. I'm going to head to that casino, and I'm just going to use up all my comps because I got nowhere else to use them, honestly, unless I go to Vegas and they have casinos there. But I really want to get a bunch of free stuff in Vegas and drag it home. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to reflect on what I want to get so that I'm not getting stupid stuff I'm not going to use. But I'll grab everything I possibly can and max it out. And even if I have to take 2 trips to the car with all the stuff, and just clean all that out so I don't have to worry about it. And I'm not going to use that company's card anymore at all, because this was the only place I ever used it at, and I only used it for slots. I didn't use it for tables, even though I played tables at various locations that they have, and I was still their second to highest tier. I'd be their highest tier for sure if I used it for everything, but obviously would have gotten backed off a lot sooner. I feel like, thinking back, when I got half-shoed there a while ago, maybe they had been looking for me for a long time, and then they half-shoed me when they noticed it was me, and then maybe someone saw me walking around checking slots, and they're like, hey, isn't that guy we don't want around here? And they must have really been pissed off at me if I haven't been playing slots for months of this year. I don't think I played blackjack. But for me not to have played blackjack this year there, and for them to still be looking for me to back me off, they must really hate me. So since the cat's out of the bag anyway, let me tell you about this place. This is the place where a long time ago they thought I was card counting. 4 years ago, over 4 years ago, I've been card counting there. 1 second. All right. So that was a place that a long time ago, about 4 years ago, I'd been playing blackjack there for about 6 months and playing once or twice a week, really hitting them, And I mean, if you compare it to some other casinos, it's not very hard. 500, 600 a day when I would go there. And I think maybe I lost one session there. Like, I had the best luck there. I think I lost maybe 2,000 that session. And this day was a little bit different. When I walked up, I heard the dealer instantly say to the pit boss, "This is about 2 decks, isn't it?" And I knew something was up. And instead of being smart and just walking away, I decided I'm going to play this anyway. So I started the shoe, and then I said, hold on, I need to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I change my bet spread, calculate it, come back, sit down, start playing. Next thing you know, it's about an hour later, I'm down about $7,000. They're crushing me with this. Because, the best counts, the best odds of making money are usually toward the end of the shoe where the counts can get really high. And I'm not getting to that portion. So as soon as things are starting getting good, then all of a sudden the shoe is over. Just like when you're playing 8 deck and they're cutting off 2. It's so hard to get good counts. It's like agony compared to a 6 deck. So, but I was struggling, but I was coming back. And that's when the, not the pit boss, but the manager of the table games, Mr. Walrus, came over with his big fat guy with a big mustache like a walrus and bald head in the front, came up and he sat down next to me. And it was early in the shoe. It was negative count, and I was betting table minimum, which was $100 on that table. And he said, it's a good count, you should raise your bet. And I knew it's a negative count. So I went from 100 to 200, and I got a blackjack. And you could see the disgust on his face. And I said, what should I do now? And he got up and walked away. So fast forward now, 3.5 years later, I go back to play blackjack. They've moved the high limit room now to a different area. I sit down to play. I cut the deck. I get my chips. I'm paying attention to my chips. I didn't pay attention to where they put the cut card. And I get halfway through the shoe, and here comes the cut card. I'm like, this isn't good. So they start the new shoe, and I just play a few hands, and I end up leaving. I don't know if I should have played through or what, but I made an excuse that, I only had a few minutes from the beginning. I said I only have a few minutes, and I was only planning on playing for maybe half an hour anyway. So I leave, and that's the last time I played a table game there. Now, this is also the place where I had the problem with the dealer where they wouldn't flip over the cards, if you remember, and I published that picture where I had a 20 on one hand and a blackjack on the other hand, and I had like 350 or 400 out on each hand, and the dealer wouldn't flip his 2 cards over, either one of the cards over. And he had said it was a misdeal because I had said, when he dealt himself the first card, I'm like, that's fine, 1 card's enough. And just joking around. Dumb joke. Because he thought that he didn't deal himself the first card and that he dealt himself 2 cards in a row. And it took 10 or 15 minutes to get that cleared up. And in the end, what happened, I get paid on my blackjack, and my 20 loses to a 5, flips over a 10 and a 6, or something like that. 6 flips over a 10 and a 5, and it was a big to-do. So, that is my total experience with that place. But other than those sessions that I just described, it's always been peaceful and easy and in and out and made money, and lost money one time, and Bo was with me that day, and he felt bad because he was playing with me, mimicking my bet. And it was just a short session anyway, not a big deal, but we lost money. I had to leave, and so I left down. But other than that, I was pretty much undefeated at that place in blackjack. So I was looking at my charts last night, and as far as year to date, and as far as how much money I've made from blackjack, low tire pressure, that's not good. From blackjack, what is going on with these cars? Oh my God, how many tires do I have to replace on this thing? I've made about 12% of my money this year from that location. all blackjack, all slots, no blackjack. And its sister property, which has not backed me off yet, but I've made about 12.5% of my money for this year from that place, which is really good considering I've only been there maybe 10 times this year. So yeah, it's going to be missed, but we'll do other things and we'll make other money. So on the agenda today, a whole different direction, like I said. I also need to check in for my flight tomorrow, and that will happen in the next hour or so, and we'll get checked in and ready to go. And then when I get home, I'll get packed and ready for the cruise, and we'll be on our way. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, real quick, you know what I just noticed? Well, a couple things. Number one, I didn't go the right direction initially today here. I probably added 10 minutes to my trip. But my first stop today is also going to be owned by the same company that backed me off yesterday. So, and I don't think they're going to have anything open for me to buy there, but I don't think I would get backed off at this place because it's only slots. And this may be a way for me to use the rest of my points later if I need to. So if I can't buy everything I want at the other casino, I could probably use the rest of my points at this one on my way home. So our plan is to skip the casino we would normally go to first today completely and not even go there today. We're going to go to our second casino first. I'm going to play slots there, and then the next casino slots, and then the third casino is going to be our blackjack casino, and it's one that's been incredibly tolerant of me in the past, and hopefully no issues there, and we'll still have that one. So the one that we're going to go play blackjack at today, I may stop playing blackjack there completely and switch over to slots and try to hit them real hard on the slots and start coming here to use points and freebies and stuff like that. So we'll see about that. When that happens will probably be mid-month after I get back from my cruise. I was already planning on doing that, so we'll see how that goes. So that was already in the works anyway. I don't like going this direction because there's so much competition, but I may be forced in this direction and may be forced to work a little bit harder in order to avoid having to travel, by plane everywhere when I want to play blackjack. So yeah, that's what's going on right now, heading out to our first casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. Just hit my first casino, and this is the same company as the company that backed me off yesterday. They have facial recognition at this casino, and they also check ID sometimes, usually at night. So at this point, they were not checking for ID. Walked in, facial recognition, no issue. They have the little check mark on the screen when you walk in, so I didn't have any problem with that. Decided not to use my player card anymore, and I will never use it again. I am going to use it to empty out all my points today, and will probably not use it again. And it gave me an idea of when I go to Vegas, I'm going to hit their company. Why not? I can't play it here. Why not just hit it there as much as I can? So we're going to do that. So on top of the ones I already talked about that we're going to play at, we're going to go ahead and play at this company's casinos, and I will let you know about that later on. I came in looking around, found one mediocre play at $8 a spin, and the one thing that was going through my mind was, I am not going to lose to this company. And then what happens? I find a mediocre play, and I said, it's too good for me not to do it. It was an $8 a spin play. It was worth it for me to do it, and so I played it through, and I ended up ahead $639. And interestingly, I was ahead as much as $850 at one point, but by the time I finished out the play, it was a little bit less than that. But nice little hit at the casino that said, hey, you're a table games advantage player. We don't want you here. Okay, I'll just hit you on slots. So I hit him on slots today. I hit him on slots yesterday too. That was also my first casino of the day yesterday, where I think I made like 107. And then here's another interesting fact. I was updating my spreadsheet, and I put down the back off on the spreadsheet, minus $1 for the day. And guess what? I was ahead for the year before that back off. Exactly $10,000 on the nose. So I ended the year ahead at that casino, $9,999, which is so funny. Same company, that was my home base company that backed me off when I was ahead, $99,900 at that casino. So just a lot of nines at that casino. Nines are good luck, right? So we're going to hopefully have some more good luck here in a little while. We're moving to a casino that is flooded with advantage players, but we're going to go there anyway. And it is on our way to the casino we're going to go to play some blackjack. So I got my voucher here from last time because they don't give change out anymore. That annoys the heck out of me, but I get a voucher here. Let's see, 11 cents and 40 cents. So we'll get those things cashed. And let me see, yeah, that's the only one. Other than that, I only have one other voucher. I'm doing a pretty good job cleaning those up, because I did lose a couple small ones that under $1, obviously, but I hate to do that, so keeping good count. All right, so we're going to go play some slots at this place. I expect this session to be under 30 minutes in and out, and we'll see how it goes. The session I just finished was only 20 minutes long, because obviously someone came in last night and cleaned everything out, but they didn't like this play because a lot of these guys can't afford an $8 per spin play. So that's what's going on right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and so I go into this place. I don't see any slot hustlers at all. I don't know if it's too early. I don't know if they just left. I have no idea, but I wasn't really finding any plays. I did, however, find one play at $5 a spin on a very high variance machine, would be an understatement, and actually hit in a reasonable amount of time, but still did not pay out well at all. I thought it was going to be huge. It paid out terribly, and I was down 85 after that play, I believe, something like that. But I did play a few other things, and by the time I left, I ended up leaving down $24. So not terrible, minus 24. The deepest I was in was about 700. I'd loaded it up with 500. When I lost that, I loaded it with another 500. Was down as much as 700 at my low point. But like I said, ended up leaving minus 24. And that's all I could really find there. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe the people that I'm used to seeing are completely gone, but there must be other people in there checking it. So nothing really that big in there, but we're going to move on and hopefully find something better here at our next stop. At this next stop, we're going to be playing some blackjack. I'm going to get there a little bit early, so they're probably only going to have one blackjack table open. So hopefully it's got good rules and it's not full of people, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and pleasant experience. And actually, this may be my last time playing blackjack here. I may switch over to strictly slots. I have not used a card at this casino in a couple years. So I'm thinking about going ahead and start playing slots only, no blackjack at all, and see how it goes, if you know what I mean. I walked in and there was only one blackjack table open. There was actually two. There was a 6 deck with good penetration, okay rules, and there was a double deck with bad penetration, okay rules. And so I sat at the 6 deck table. I bought in for 500. I started playing, and basically had neutral counts a lot of the time. I did get a true 2 a couple times, but not really much higher than that. And I just played through for a while, and finally ended up leaving at the end of a shoe ahead $537.50. So plus $537.50. I played one machine on my way out, and ended that ahead $36, and that was it. So I ended up in that casino less than an hour, plus 537.50 on the blackjack, plus 36 on the slots, and we're going to continue on. Now, this was kind of an important stop because this casino shares information with the other casino I'm going to go to later today, and if the one that backed me off due to my license, they would have shared it with the one I'm going to later today, and that one would have shared it with this one. That doesn't seem to have happened, so I don't think it's a license thing. However, when I go into that other casino, I am going to cover my plates, just as a precaution. I want to be able to get in there. I'm going to take probably 2 trips in and out just to get all the loot I can, any kind of gifts that they have, any kind of food that I can get, drinks, those fruit smoothies for my kid, candy, cough drops, whatever I can get out of there. I'm going to get out of there and just empty out my account. It's going to be a lot, so I have to take multiple trips. And then I'll come back in for a 3rd time, and that's when I'll actually try to play and see what happens. We'll not be using a player's card, even though I have free play there. I had free play at the first place I went to and didn't use my card. So no using my card at this casino anymore at all. And we're going to play slots and blackjack. But first, before we go there, we're going to make a short stop at another place, in and out probably 20 minutes, and hopefully find a play at this place, and then I'll come back and let you know what's going on. You might be wondering, what's the weather like today? Actually, when I left home, it was kind of cool out. It was about 64 degrees. That was 4.5, almost 5 hours ago, and right now it is 84 degrees, feels like 87, and looks like we're still about 4 degrees off the high, so it's going to get pretty hot, but still, so far so good. Temperature wise, car is running fine, no issues, and I can tell you for sure we're going to be doing a lot of thinking on this cruise. I'm going to have a lot of time, so we'll be doing a lot of thinking and figuring things out. So right now we're heading on to the next casino for a short stop, and I'll be back to update you. It feels so nice to be out in the sunshine. Nice day, no laptop with me, no meetings, nothing to worry about. The only thing you have to worry about is making money. You get to travel, get to enjoy some quiet, get to meet people. I mean, obviously it's still kind of a lonely life doing it, but you know, some people play with teams and stuff. I just love being out here. I just, you know, with no work to worry about, I don't have to stress about a meeting coming up in an hour or half an hour. So nice. Just getting back to my car right now. That place, it's so rare for me to find plays there. I did find one play there, and didn't work out great. It didn't work out terribly either. I mean, ended up okay. I ended up breaking even on it, plus 37 cents. So it's okay. So we're going to call that a +0, and we're going to move on to the next place, and we're going to try to play some blackjack. I have a feeling this next place doesn't open the blackjack up till really late in the afternoon, so it may not be open yet. So a couple things on our agenda here. Well, we'll need some gas after that stop, but our goal is to use our points and then play whatever slots we find, obviously on the way. And then once we've taken everything out of there, all our food, all our free stuff, then we're going to go try to play blackjack, and hopefully it's open at that time. If it's not open, then it's not open. That's fine. But we're going to see what we can do about making some money and getting our free stuff. So that's what's happening right now. So far, it's shaping up to be an okay day. Let's build on it. Let's not get too excited yet. Nothing major has happened yet, but hopefully it continues to be an okay day and we keep building on our gains. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So it looks like, well, I had a call from my son while I was talking to somebody else, so I called him back, And he said, have you been on Amazon today? I said, no. He said, if you get on there and you go to any BP or Amoco station, you get $1 off gas if you're a Prime member. $1 per gallon off gas. That's huge. So we're going to do that here because we're going to need some fuel. And I think there's a BP in that area. So we'll stop around the next casino and we'll get some fuel and save $1 off. And hey, we might get lucky. I might get the upside as well. That would be great. So we'll see what happens with that. But all right, I'll be back. All right, guys. So I just used that Amazon gas thing. Why stretch it and not have enough gas? So I pulled into this gas station. And okay, so what happens is when you click on the link on Amazon, it takes you to Earnify, and you can use your Amazon login at Earnify. Earnify is part of BP Amoco, I guess, and then you go to the gas station and you pump gas. I went to the pump, put in my phone number, nothing happened. Put in my credit card, nothing happened. So I canceled it. I went in to ask, and the guy had no clue. I don't know. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is what you guys do. So I went back out to the pump, and I looked at the app, the Earnify app. And once you're at the gas station, you push fuel, and then you tell it which pump, and your credit card's already on the app. You tell it which pump, and it lowers the price on the pump instantly. So in my case, I paid $1.99 a gallon. So there's gas stations in this area that are like $2.79, but I'm not going to shop around for a cheaper BP gas station or Amoco gas station over that. So saved $12.50 on that fill up. So positive EV, and thanks to my boy for telling me about it. So right now we're getting close to the next casino. We're about 20 minutes away, and I'll come back and update you. All right, guys, I am back, and I hate this place. I really do. But went in there and made the best out of it. Walked in, looked at blackjack, no tables available. Decided to go to their food area. I got myself tons of food. I got like 20 something candy bars, more than that. I got tons of the packs of gums, packs of mints, like 20 drinks. I got a salad, more drinks. I actually came back in and got more. I got like $300 worth of stuff, and I still have money available on the card, which I'm gonna have to use some other time, but I got no heat in there at all. I did finally find a table. It was a $25 table. I thought I was sitting by myself, but someone was already there, had chips on the table. So he came back, and then another person came. There was 3 of us playing. We played a few shoes together, and it was just dragging. It was so slow. And I hit like a huge bonus, and everyone's mad that I didn't play it. I'm like, whatever. Say whatever you want. I know what I'm doing here. But couldn't make any money. Barely got a true one. That's it. That whole time. Ended up leaving ahead $20 on the blackjack. And before that, I did play a few slots. One of them I made like $30. Another one I made about $100. And I ended up ahead $143 on slots. So I got a salad, and that was terrible salad. It looked like it was this nice full salad, and you take the few toppings off the top, and it's all brown lettuce on the bottom. Just terrible. You ought to be ashamed of yourself serving people salad like that. So anyway, I was there for about an hour and 20 minutes or so, and ended the session ahead $143 on the slots, $20 on the blackjack, and left with about $300 to $350 worth of stuff, and I still have more comps available. But since I got zero heat, we'll be back and we'll use more comps here until they're all gone. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up. The sky looks beautiful, nice fluffy clouds outside. Everything is good, and we're moving on to the next casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, move moving on here. Went to the next place and 0. I did see some of my fellow Advantage players in there. A lot of the ones that I don't really like very much. And they were playing some garbage games. So obviously I wasn't going to find much in there, and I found nothing. Not a single game. Never put any money in any machine. I did have $5 in food, and I had a discount for my card level there, so I did get some meatballs. Much better than that nasty salad. Nice, warm, nicely spiced, so it was very good. Nicely seasoned, I should say. So they were good. Right now we're moving on to another casino, and this could be the last casino we go to before our trip. I do have one more place I can go to, but it's an extra 200 miles, 100 miles each way from here, and I don't know if I want to spend that much time, because I need to get home and spend some time with the kids, make sure everything is all straightened out before we go on our trip. So make sure the bills are paid, make sure everyone has what they need and situated and we're packed properly and all that. So right now we're moving on to this next spot, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back and went in there, and very little in there, but I did find one play that other people would not be willing to play. It's a $15 per spin play. Played that through, and I ended that ahead $205, and that's all I could find, plus 205. Interesting to watch people too, though. I saw a lady sitting at a machine that was in perfect position, and she wasn't playing it, and I had noticed someone had just cashed out like $183, and she's just sitting there staring at it. And I said, are you gonna play that? She said, oh yeah. And she like laughs like I'm stupid or something. And then I come back around later on, and she had spun it a few more times, put that same voucher back in, spun it a few times, and then she was changing denomination, not spinning it, just going to the next denomination, the next one, the next one, the next one, back to the first one, next one, next one, next one, back to the first one. Like, she's tricking the machine by doing this. Like, she has some kind of like a trick or a hack to trick the machine into paying out. And earlier I saw a guy do the same thing, where he cashed out his ticket and then he put it in the machine next to it and played a couple spins there, and then brought it back to that machine and played it, and he seemed to think that that worked pretty well too. So all kinds of craziness going on. I don't know if it works or not. I'm leaning toward probably not, but you never know. You never know these days. You know about the guy who programmed slot machines with a code that if you do certain things it would pay out, and he showed his friends and family members, and they split a bunch of jackpots. So they would, like, okay, bet 50 cents, then $1, then $1, then $1, then 50 cents, then $2, then $1, and they had this whole string of bets that they would put in there, and then it would pay out a jackpot. But I don't think that kind of stuff really exists too much today. It may. I mean, I would never put it by anyone to be able to put that kind of a hack in. I don't think the people I just saw are the ones that have the secret. So anyway, let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I ate a nasty salad. I only had a little bit of that, and then I had these 6 meatballs, large size meatballs, and they were pretty good. I give those at least a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? Well, today I only played 2 sessions of blackjack. One session I did okay, and the other session I just barely broke even on, and I ended up tipping $0. And what did you learn today, MW? What did I learn today? I have to think about this for a second. I guess I learned that no matter what you think you've seen, there's so much more out there that you haven't seen. And no matter how experienced you are, there's a lot more to learn. And if you think you've seen some crazy slot players, there's so many more crazy ones out there with little good luck charms and methods of taking out tickets and putting them back in, switching machines and coming back, all kinds of things. And there's so much out there that's so crazy, so many things to distract you from the truth. But if you really study slot machines and you understand that, and I think I may have posted this video, that they're programmed to have so many near misses on average before giving you a hit. So it might take 15 or 20 near misses before it hits, but that's an average. So then it might be 30 or 40, it might be 10. So they give you these bonus miss, but just barely. You can see the top or the bottom of the bonus. You just barely missed it. And they use those to keep you at the machine longer, or they give you small payouts to keep you at the machine longer. And then if you're lucky enough to get to the actual bonus, you've lost so much money along the way that breaking even will be good for you. So anyway, if you get a chance to look at videos like that, you should really learn about that stuff. So this is going to be it right now. We're going to be traveling tomorrow. I will probably be doing something. I'll probably only publish 1 or 2 episodes next week. So be looking for that. I'll try to do more than that, but I doubt I'll be able to. And they're going to focus on my experience on Norwegian Cruise Line, in one of the nicer rooms with a balcony, gambling on a boat, tolerances for gambling on a boat, how much money you should spend on gambling on a boat if you want to get a free cruise, some tips and tricks that we learned along the way when traveling to the Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, Tortola, and the Bahamas, which is where we're going. So for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.